Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It took me a few minutes to get my sound working again. But we are here at Daytona International Speedway for our Grand National Series shootout. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined in the booth today by J.W. Miller. How you doing tonight, J.W.?
I'm doing great.
Alrighty. Well, looks like Getty Butner is already putting down some laps on the track. He is currently fourth. He just dropped down to the fifth position. There you go. Getty Butner on the pole as of right now. 2 minutes ago during qualifying. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a shootout. It is a 15-car field as far as I know of. And these are past winners and championships from our Cup, Trucks, and Grand National Series. So we hope you enjoy the race tonight. As we get set for green flag racing, we are going to be here for 50 laps, it looks like. And let's see if Ben Izinga. And I'm struggling with the new camera system as well, so just bear with me. We'll get everything situated before the season starts. But picks for tonight, JW, who you got? Can you hear me?
Oh, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Sorry.
Picks for tonight.
Picks for tonight probably would have to be Thomas Harmon and that number 68, pink and blue machine. He's definitely one of my favorite, but we have a lot of talented drivers in the field tonight. I'm not quite so sure. I haven't raced a lot of super speedways with a lot of these guys, so not quite sure how things are all going to turn out, but I would imagine that people will definitely be working teams and trying to figure some stuff out, at least for
Uh,
uh, the brand new season, even though they're different cars.
it looks like Hesgard is electing to start into the back. I'm sure there's going to be a couple other drivers as well. It's going to be doing the same thing. Harmon's going to do it. The 44 of
It
Dakota
looks like
Wilkins,
there's 4 drivers that have yet to put in time so far.
39. Yeah. So Dakota Wilkins, Jarrett Rogers, Ryan Hesgard, and Thomas Harmon. Look like all four of them are going to be starting in the back. So that's going to give our pole sitter, Getty Butner, the pole, as I'm sure everybody has already elected to get their qualifying time in, as it is now over with. Let's see if we can't pull Butner in for a broadcast interview. See what he thinks about starting on the pole.
Alrighty.
Are you going to grab him?
Yeah, do that. If I can find him. There he is.
Mr. Butner, you got a copy, my man?
Yes, sir, I do, David.
Well, you got the pole. That's a nice place to start out here at the shootout. What are your odds of winning from it?
Could you repeat that?
So what are your odds from winning from the pole?
Well, I did it last year at Daytona, but it's a different car. It's a brand new package, brand new tire model. You never know what happens here. Obviously, starting from the pole is nice. Maybe I can lead a lap or two, but with how hot that these cars get, the car behind me is going to be there's going to be a lot of jostling from lane to lane. So there's going to be a lot of movement in this pack here. So my goal is honestly just to make it to the end, or maybe even just halfway.
I hear you. Well, I want to wish you the best of luck out there tonight, and hope you come away walking away with some checker flags there.
Appreciate it, David.
Yep. We got Getty Butner sitting on the pole, followed by Daniel Holloway, Richard Springer, Ben Izinga, Mike Lemon, Dustin Jones, Robbie Armstrong, Adam Faree, Steven Sims, Chris Lucky,
Sorry, Getty, what channel were you in again?
Jeremy Hebel, Thomas Harmon. Dakota Wilkins, Jarrett Rogers, and Ryan Hesgard. That's going to bring out our field here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. as we get set to go green flag racing. Can't wait to get this underway. Been looking forward to this all year long. Getty Butner starting from a really good power position here. Just got to hope everything works out for him. I'm not going to do too much camera changing around other than switching back and forth from other drivers, as iRacing decided to update last night sometime and really messed my cameras up for me. Thank you, iRacing. Pace car is getting ready to duck in. It looks like we are set to go green.
Getty Buckner gets a great launch off of that.
Yes, he does.
He's going to be just about clear that 20. Gonna have some help from that 14.
17 trying to make a hole already. He forces his way down in the bottom. It looks like everybody's trying to get to the bottom. Still have 4 cars up top. Hesgard working with the 9. That's Jarrett Rogers. Hesgard finally makes his way down to the bottom. So it looks like we got a 4-car field up top. Well, 2 laps in, clean and green. Hope it stays that way.
Yeah, it looks like they're doing a good job of forming up that front pack now. Getty Buckner working both lanes, trying to stay up there.
And the 14.
14's getting a great push from that 26.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to say that's Steven Sims. I don't know why. No. I don't know what is going. It's Springer in. The numbers are all messed up, ladies and gentlemen, on the timing screen. I don't know what to tell you about that. I got a car 14 and don't know who the driver is.
Oh, I think it's because custom numbers are enabled.
Okay, well, then I have no idea who is in the 14 car.
The 14 is Richard Springer.
Okay, so he is actually running the 21 number. That's going to really mess me up tonight. Well, oh well, it is the beginning of the season, ladies and gentlemen. We will get all these bugs worked out sooner or later. I think everybody else is right on cue with their numbers. The only person that's messing me up right now is most likely the 21 of Springer, who is being shown in the 14 car and in the second position. But he's doing an awesome job up front trying to keep that outside line running.
Yeah, 4 of them stacked up there on the outside against 5 or 6 on the bottom. Still doing a good job keeping up there.
I see Hesgard, and it looks like Izinga is dropping to the back as well. They're trying to get a little bit of gap in between them just in case something happens. I know they see something going on up there they're not quite comfortable with, and that's exactly why they're falling back. All 5 of these cars are thinking to themselves that, you know, I want to be just a little bit off of the back end of this draft, create my own little draft, just in case something happens up front. I'm able to try to avoid it maybe. But Izinga looks like he's going to be stuck if he can't get down and get in behind the 44. There he goes finally, but I hope he hasn't lost too much of the draft there. I mean, he should have started working to get down a lot sooner. He is really a good ways back off the back end of that 44. I hope he doesn't
looks like
lose the
that
draft.
second pack is stacking up a little bit too, so he should have no problem there staying with.
And there he goes back up to the top of the track. Trying to work with his teammate Hesgard, but I just don't think he's got enough of a draft. He's finally caught the back end of the 44. It might have worked out in his favor.
Yeah, I think these guys might just be laying back, trying to keep their visibility up so they can see if something happens up front in that pack, that they have plenty of distance in between them.
I popped back up just in time to see Butner go from the top to the bottom. Now Springer is making his move to get back up to the top lane, and he's going to go against Mike Lemon, Butner's teammate. Got him pushing him all the way around the track now. Really throwing me off that I don't see SGK on these cars, but I'm still glad to see that they kept the paint schemes alive. Now, Mike Lemon is still running a SGK paint scheme. So, and we got Hesgard in his S2R paint scheme.
That number 14 getting a great push is going to lead that lap. Buckner going to surge on the inside here through the corner. See what they can do out of the corner. See if this top lane can get some momentum together. There he goes. The Richard Springer.
Wow!
Clear. Oh, and the
wow! I knew that was going to happen. I was getting ready to say, is Springer going to stay out and let Lemon get with him or not? But I mean, Butner just was unable to avoid bumping him in the rear end there, as Lemon was not clear. I don't see any damage on either vehicle, but I tell you, that was really, really close. That could have been the big one right there.
Yeah, it was smart from Lemon to back out of that one, but
I do see some damage on the
they're
front
all
end.
spreading out now.
I do see damage on the front end of Butner's car, and that is unfortunate. I know it's not much, but you can see the hood is bumped just a little bit, and that fender is crinkled just a little bit right there. So that may actually come into play. These cars are so aero sensitive.
Yeah, one little bump like that, and that could definitely hurt your chances of staying out front for sure. But
well, I know it don't seem like much. That little bit of damage right there on a car at Talladega, it can make or break you. You don't want your car damaged at all if you can avoid it.
Yeah, that's true.
And I don't know about this new package that they got with this Cup car, but I know that the drivers have been complaining a lot about it, and that's one of the main reasons why we have decided not to run our the Cup car this season, and we're just going to be running the Grand Nationals and the trucks. So everybody you see here will be competing in the Grand National Series more or less versus some of the truck drivers that are still here. I don't know if Hebel's going to be competing in the Grand National Series or not, but he is normally a truck driver. So that was really scary though.
Getty Buckner
yeah, 3 wide.
Make a move on Richard Springer, and then the 32 jumps out to his outside. We got 3 wide for the lead.
Wow, side drafting the 39. The 39 of Adam Ferree was really getting a nice side draft off of Butner.
They're still 3 wide.
They're still jockeying. It looks like they're going to hang out the 32 of Robbie Armstrong. Going to force him all the way to the high side. Wow. Ferree needs to make up his mind which line he wants if he wants to high or the low, because he almost caused a big one right there.
And Buckner's coming back on the outside here.
Got Izinga pushing him.
2 cars on the outside beating 3 cars on the inside. That's a good sign.
I see what
33 doesn't have too much damage at all.
I finally see what the mixed camera's doing. It's going through all of the cameras, which is not too bad for the broadcast, but I really like having control over it, so I'm gonna have to update and see if I can't get back control over my
Oh,
cameras.
the 39 looking squirrely there on the bottom.
Butner leading that lap on the high side.
Yeah, and the 14 and the 39 are not connected on the bottom. Meanwhile, Izinga's giving a great push. That might put the 33 back up to the lead here. Oh yeah, he's clear. He's going to drop down.
Oh, and he got shoved by Springer. He was able to hang on. He was able to hang on to it, but wow, that was a nice move right there. Springer says, "I'm done. I want the lead. Come on, Izinga, give me that push again."
Izinga being the workhorse of this outside lane right now. He's got the 32 in behind him.
Well, Izinga's where I want to be, right up to about 5 laps to go. After that, you're out of my way, or I'm going to move you one. 32 beating the back end of Izinga. Robbie Armstrong. Springer is now clear. Is he going to stay, or is he going to drop down? He drops down, leaves Izinga out to dry. Now, me personally, if a man's going to push me like that and he's going to work with me, I'm going to stay up top. I'm going to pull him with me.
Yeah, it can always be difficult too, though, to pull that guy with you, especially at these kinds of speeds. Sometimes you just want to be on that ball. Once that you get out to that lead, it's kind of hard to hold it out there in the middle lane. Leaving your pusher out to dry is not exactly the best thing to do either.
It looks like this thing is finally coming down to trying to work its way into a single file race, but they are jockeying everywhere on this track. Now it looks like we got SGK first and second. Now these two teammates, let's see how they block and work together to try to maintain and keep these drivers behind them.
Yeah, 38 and the 33 teammates working well together. They're getting themselves up to, and that's a great feeling to have your teammate in behind you. Oh, and Ben Izinga gets turned.
That's it. That's a yellow. That is not what Izinga wanted to have happen.
That is the big one.
Let's see if we can't rewind that.
We've got at least 6 drivers involved in that.
All right, and let me see if I can get my right camera angle. Far chase is what I want. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what happens. Izinga's on the high side. Oh, the wreck actually starts in front of him. So, it's not. Well.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong person. That was...
I can't find... this camera's
is
Adam
making me...
Go live, in session. Pause it. Is Adam Faree, the 39 that started that wreck, was it not? Alright. Let's rewind this and see if we can't figure out what's going on. Alright. So... he touches the 17. He comes up the track. He just was not able to hang on to it. Let's take another quick look at that again. But he gets some air and he gets sent around.
Yeah, it looks like from my angle, the 39 just didn't follow the car ahead of him quite as deep into the turn, and
he pushes. He just pushes up.
There. Yep. Pushes up into the turn, and that causes a...
All right, who all else is involved in this? I got the 26 of Holloway, the 9 of Jarrett Rogers. Oh, wow. 1 and...
77.
Did Hesgard get damage out of that? Let's see. Let's see if Hesgar was able to avoid that. I know he was staying in the back. It looks like he was able to avoid that.
Steven Sims in the 45 had a really incredible avoidance.
Oh, wow. Everybody just about in the back got damaged. We got the 68 of Harmon. He's tore up. 77's got damage. Wow. How about Armstrong? He was up there, and it looks like he's got damage as well. He does.
Looks
He's
like
got
a
rear
lot
end
of
damage.
these guys were trying to avoid the wreck and just couldn't get past that blockade of cars sideways on the.
That is quite unfortunate to an 18-lap race. I think we may have only 5 cars that do not have damage in this race. So we got Getty Butner we know don't have damage. The 45 of Steven Sims. Let's see if he seems to be
He's
fine.
got a
Mike,
little bit of front damage.
yeah, he's got about what Butner's got. Let's see, Mike Lemon. Mike Lemon's car looks pretty decent and fair. Actually, he's still got a little bit of right side damage too as well on the front bumper. All of these cars look like they got a little bit of something. Richard Springer. How about Springer? All right, maybe it might be just the graphics. So I'm going to assume that Springer and Lemon, neither one have damage. It's probably just the way the paint looks. And maybe the 45 doesn't have damage either. Hesgar we know doesn't have damage. And Robbie Armstrong, I'm pretty sure, has a little bit of rear end damage.
Yep, I see that. So yeah, that'll definitely make things interesting here as we go back green. Just how many cars can stay up there in that pack and how many have too much damage.
Well, if I'm Hesgard, now it's time to race. You know, the big one's already happened. I know I've really only got 5 cars to worry with. So at this point, you know, maybe did Butner come back down pit road? Wonder why he came down pit road again. Because he is now in 8th position. Surely he didn't have that much damage to where he was forced to come back down pit road. Anyway, Steven Sims is our leader of this race. And the lights are out on the pace cars, so we're set to go back green flag racing.
Going
Wow.
back green here with 31 laps to go.
Hebel's car is tore all to pieces, it looks like. He's driving a modified out there.
Green, green, green.
The green flag is out, and we are once again underway here at the Daytona Shootout. And that is Hebel's car that has got the whole front end took off of it.
Yep. He's driving a modified out there.
And Richard Springer wastes no time to jump to the front. That is the 21 car being shown as the 14 car. It's being shown 21 on the ticker.
That 40.
Yep.
Looks like Springer's going to drop down there.
Now once again, Richard Springer is being shown in the 21 on your ticker, ladies and gentlemen, but he is actually in a 14 car on the track, so don't be confused.
And it looks like Jeremy Hebel, despite that damage, is able to keep up with this pack.
Well, he's got his teammate pushing him. I believe that's his teammate.
Yeah, his teammate helping him stay in the fray there.
They're at least running the same paint anyway, so
Yeah.
I'm going to assume that. Wow. The 45 and Hesgar both shot to the top of the track in front of Lemon. And they hung Springer out. 77 with some major front end damage is still able to hang right there and push the back end of Springer.
Just like you said, Hesgard is trying to make his way to the front now.
45 did not really have enough room to do that, but he made it work in front of Springer. I'm sure Springer was forced to back out of that gas just a little bit. So move Steven Sims up into the lead position. Oh, 3 wide. Hesgard shot to the middle. He's going to have Lemon come down and join him in that pack in that 3 wide, along with the 17 of Izinga. Oh, hang on to a Lemon.
And Springer gets put into the wall.
No yellow.
He's going to hold on to it. But man, did he get some damage from that.
Let's see if we can't see what happens there. It's a 3 wide situation to start with. And I'm sure it wasn't intentional. So they're on the outside. Oh, Izinga just barely touches him as he pushes up the track. His car doesn't look that bad, so if they keep driving like they're driving, then we may actually end up getting another yellow flag.
A rough situation for Springer there. You know, he's racing up at the front, and all of a sudden that move from Hesgard, I think, caught him off guard and sent him all the way to the back. Nobody helped him out.
Well, we ain't even halfway through this race. Next lap by, we'll be halfway through this race. And these cars are getting tore up. But it is Daytona. There's nothing you can do about that.
Yeah, these guys like to race. And
heaven
forbid they're going to sit there for 49 laps and not race, and then race on the last one.
That was really slick right there. Yeah, that was really slick. Both the SGK and the guys on the bottom hung out Hesgard, put him in the middle. Hesgard makes a hole in front of Armstrong. So a 8-car race we have up front. It's still anybody's go. Between these 8 cars with as minimal damage as these drivers have up front, still could turn out to be a pretty good, decent race. But we have 11 cars on track and 8 of them in this pack.
Getty Buckner working with the 38.
Oh, make up your mind.
They're going to make it 3 wide around Hesgard, leave him out to dry through.
Chris Lucky almost caused a big one right there. He was going to go, and then he was forced back down. I'm on pins and needles right here trying to watch this race.
Yeah, this cup package at the super speedways is quite incredible. The amount of moves these guys can.
Hesgard all over the back end of Butner. 45 giving Lemon a heck of a push there. Sims.
Oh, the 77 just about got up into that outside lane.
He's struggling really hard in order to keep that car down. I don't know if that has something to do with his damage, but he is struggling here in the turns, and he's pushing up.
Looks like now we got 5 of them lined up there on that outside. It's going to help them quite a bit. The 38 drops.
There he goes pushing up again, and he comes back down across the nose of Hebel. I'm surprised that Hebel's able to keep up with the front end completely gone off of that car. And he's got nobody helping him in the back.
I think these guys are just racing it out so hard.
Hesgard trying to make the move back to the front. He's got the 32 of Armstrong pushing him.
Now Hesgard moving with the 32. He's clear.
I'll have to go back and look later on, but I thought Izinga was caught up in that wreck. I think we got 217 cars on the track, and that's what's messing me up.
Yeah, the other one, I believe, was a custom number, so that's why it was showing up
Okay, so that
as
was
17.
so it actually wasn't Izinga then.
No.
We'll get all these custom numbers and paints figured out by the Daytona 500, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it's a good thing we're getting them figured out now.
Well, this is a
They're not
practice.
all the
Well,
bugs we did.
this is a shootout, and we always use the shootout as a test to get our broadcasts situated. We still have the duels coming up. And when is that happening? Our next race is going to be the duels.
Yeah, they make
I
their
already
way
know.
around Thomas Arm. 38 and the 32 making a push. Right outside. Trying to challenge for the lead here.
Our dual race is going to be February the 10th, ladies and gentlemen, so please tune in Monday for that. Butner being pushed by Robbie Armstrong, trying to make his way back to the lead of this race. No, that's Lemon up top. Butner is pushing Hesgard. Awesome job so far with 20 laps to go. Not sure they can actually make it on fuel. Oh no!
Oh!
Lemon, and there goes the rest of the field.
Looked like to me, Buckner moved up to the high side, caused Lemon to check up. The 32 didn't expect it, and ended up the 32 turning the 38.
Unbelievable.
77 involved in that as well, adding to the damage that he had from before.
Little bit of contact as Buckner moves up, and it just bumps him. When he makes contact, it shoves his car backwards into the 32 of Armstrong. I mean, that's a racing situation. I don't know how you would.
Yeah, for sure.
You can't blame Armstrong for it because the original contact was made by the 38 into Butner, which forces him backwards into Armstrong. So, I mean,
Yeah, unfortunately, without like a real human spotter, the 32 wouldn't have known that that line was checking up. So
right.
that's just unfortunate. It's like everybody gonna like to come down pit road here.
Yeah, they need to because they need to make sure they got enough fuel to make this run. And you know, you got Steven Sims, Ryan Hesgard, and Getty Butner. These three cars, I'm pretty sure, do not have damage. Steven Sims does not have damage, and he elects to stay out. I don't know why he would do that. And then we got Dakota Wilkins. Is Dakota Wilkins? He is a lap down.
So he's gonna get a wave around.
No, he's not. If Sims doesn't come down pit road, he will not.
True.
Which I'm sure that's what he was looking for, was to get back on this lead lap. So if Steven Sims does not come down pit road this time by, it looks like Dakota Wilkins is going to be stuck. He's going to be stuck one lap down. He's got a car. I mean, his car doesn't look that bad. He may actually be in contention to win this thing if he was able to get back on the lead lap.
Yeah, Thomas Harmon also stuck a lap down.
Well, this does help Richard Springer out a little bit. He'll be able to get his car fixed with what little damage he actually has. And he has got his car fixed, it looks like. You don't see that much damage to it. And he is back on the lead lap, so that's going to allow him to catch this pack. He may actually be able to come back and win this thing. This ain't over yet. I mean,
Yeah, we've already had a bunch of great racing. I can't imagine how good it'll be.
well, when we restart this thing, we'll have about 15 laps to go.
Buckner likes to pull down to pit road again.
I'm not sure what the deal is on
Yeah,
that
the
one.
45 does not pit, so 44 will be trapped a lap.
Yep, and he is forced to drop to the end of the field.
So he's definitely
surely
gonna be hoping
surely
for
the
another
45 can the 45 actually make it? He's 15 laps. In 15 laps. Yeah, I guess he can. 15 and 15 is only 30, and you can go 31 to 32 laps on your fuel. But I don't know if these boys have taken into consideration that we have changed the rule here, ladies and gentlemen. Instead of one green flag, white checkered attempt, we do have 3 attempts. So
Yeah, so he's going to be close on gas if we end up having green, white, check.
yeah, if we end up having more than one green, white checker, Sims is not going to have enough fuel to make it. But the rest of these drivers will, as 15 laps to go. The ones that just come down pit road, they got plenty of fuel in their car, I'm sure. So Dakota Wilkins and Steven Sims are the only ones on track that have really less amount of fuel than anybody else. And they're running 15 and 14 lap old tires. They should be doubling up this time by. There goes Hesgard to the outside. If I was a betting man, I would say we're going to have back-to-back winner from last night and tonight, but that's just me. What do you think, Deborah? And if you don't know who I'm talking about, JW, Deborah, I believe, is Hesgard's mother who watches these races. I always like to give a big shout out to her. I know she's watching.
Shout out to Deborah. I definitely think Hesgar has got a really good shot. He's been showing his strength through this whole race. He's up there in that second position on the outside. Could get a real good.
Well, now you still got Richard Springer. Richard Springer's car is not that damaged, and he has shown that he can use that car to his advantage so far. So, and then you got the 45, who I don't believe has any damage at all. So between Hesgard and the 45, I don't believe Izinga actually has damage either. I think he's lucked up so far.
Yeah, Zinga's car looks clean to me.
So we got at least 4 cars with very minimal or no damage at all in this pack.
Getty Buckner is going to be starting back there. And
Lemon is a lap down, and he is still on pit road, if I'm not mistaken. He is. Mike Lemon with a lot of damage, still getting that fixed.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. He was having a good run.
Well, lights are out. We're set to go back racing. 15 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hope it's clean and green. Big bucks, no whammies, big bucks.
Green, green, green.
Green flag is out. Oh, wow. Hesgard got a really good jump. He anticipated that green flag right on time. Being pushed there by Hebel with that whole front end tore all to pieces. But he's still getting a good push.
Looks like Getty Buckner's moving up to that outside as well.
3 on 3. Hesgard, if he can get down in front of that 45, will be in a good position. 17 of
Hesgard
Izinga looks like he's going to try to drop up there, work with his teammate. Uh-oh.
Oh, Springer.
Wow.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
That ends Hesgard's night for sure.
Springer came up on him and took.
I don't know exactly what happened
Izinga.
there. So, I don't want to jinx anybody. So, let's take a look at this again. Springer tried to make a hole, and it was not there. He got Izinga, and it just takes out Hesgard as well. We'll look at this from Hesgard's perspective. No room.
Yeah, unfortunately, both teammates get taken out. So I think we might have jinxed Mr. Hedsgard there.
Yep. Sorry, Deborah. Not the night Hesgard's going to want to have. There was no room for Springer to make that move. No room at all. I hate to be like that on a broadcast, but we'll go back and look at it again, and you can see that he just shoots right up into the 17 of Izinga, and wow. I can't. That's all I can say is wow. He tries to make this hole.
Still out there. I think they can definitely still continue racing even with that damage, depending on how bad it is.
And he didn't get any damage out of that. It doesn't look like. Even though he did come right up into the side of him.
They've definitely got some right side damage, but could potentially keep up with it here. I don't know why Hesgard didn't fit that time.
You know he's not happy.
Oh, definitely not.
I'd be thinking about some payback. That's just me. That was...
And it looked like him and Ben Izinga were ready to move their way up to the...
Mm-hmm. I'm sure that he thought that he had enough room to get there, but he just aggressively moved too far up the track and was door handled Izinga, which in turn, takes out.
Either looking for a hole or maybe just got that tight off the.
If you're that tight, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
That just looked really like an aggressive move. It looked like something I would do to try to make a hole, but he just was not clear, and he drove too far up to the... He made a right-hand turn too hard on the track, is the only thing I can say.
Way too early to be making a move like that as well, lap 30.
Well, you got to go. You got to go. I mean, we're going to have 10 laps to go when this thing restarts, if that.
Yeah, that's true.
So, Butner able to keep it out of harm's way so far. Very minimal damage. 45, no damage. Springer got some damage. Everybody else tore all to pieces.
And his guy's going to come in and try and fix some of that damage.
It's probably not a bad idea. At least try to get the toe right back on the car. I don't think he has
to get a decent finish out of this one.
The only way he'll win this race is if they wreck again, and he actually has less damage than anybody else.
Gets taken out.
Yep. Which I actually look to see happen as par for this race so far.
Yeah, these guys being very aggressive so far. I think it'll only get more so.
Well, this is not a points race. I mean, it's all about winning. It's all about winning. It's not a points race. It doesn't count towards the championship or anything. You're here for one reason and one reason only, and that's to win this race. And if you got to tear your car up for somebody else's to do it, that's the name of the game.
So it looks like Sims, Springer, and Buckner are the only mostly clean cars left.
Well, Sims has still got pretty much the advantage, I would think, because he's got less fuel than anybody out there.
Yeah, definitely now with this caution, he should be good.
He should be the lightest car on the track,
Yeah.
up front anyway. But at same again, he's got the oldest tires. As he is currently working like, let's see, he is working 21 laps on his tires. Lights are out, so we are set to go back green flag racing. I believe when we restart this thing, we'll have 10 laps to go.
Yeah, we'll have to see how much the old tires affect them. I wouldn't imagine too much at a super speedway, but could make the handling on that car worse as well. So you never know.
I have an opportunity to come down and get 4 tires and make sure I got enough fuel to the end. I want 4 tires every time, especially at a super speedway.
It's definitely a gamble, but it might just pay off for him, considering that
Now I
he's
was
been able to stay out of a lot of the big wrecks.
talking about one of the races that I ran last year in Talladega or Daytona. I don't remember which one it was, but I was actually sitting in the catbird seat to win the race, and somehow or another I talked my teammate into coming down pit road. I was thinking there was 20 laps to go in the race. We come back out, there was only 6, and yeah, that was bad call on my part. But I come down pit road for that main reason right there, was to get 4 fresh tires. Everybody else stayed out, and I was like, why are everybody staying out? We got 20 laps to go. And then he comes back across the mic and tells me we got 8 or 6 laps to go. And I'm like, oh, well, we just messed up. We lost this race. Pace car's in. 10 laps to go.
Green flag.
I don't think Springer's made too many friends here tonight, especially with that last move.
Tough for him to find somebody to work.
Yeah, everybody dropped down. Hung him out. He drops down in front of Hebel. Butner all over the back end of Sims. If I'm not mistaken, I think Steven Sims has got a Daytona win in DRL series. I think actually his debut race that he made here was in a Daytona and he won it. But my memory's so old, it's not even funny. I do know he's a good driver, and he does have a couple of wins.
Looks like Thomas Harmon in that 68 is able to hang up there, just behind that front. Him in that 77.
Yeah, but he's already lost the draft. It's going to come down to these 4 drivers, and it's going to mainly come down between who hangs out Steven Sims at the end. Springer taking a look. He got nobody to work with him. Hebel's not going to be able to push him, even if he does go to the high side. So I'm going to say it's Butner's race to win. All Butner has to do is shoot to the outside with 2 laps to go and have Springer go with him. And, you know, Steven Sims is going to be hung out to dry. Just that much of a pullout will take the wind off of him and drop him back across the start-finish line. But you got to do it at 2 to go. Hesgar's down pit road. He's going to call it a night.
Unfortunate for Hesgar. Had such a good race just to be ended by that one mistake, but that's racing.
Steven Sims trying to win the shootout here. Butner wanting to take it away from him. Springer wants to give it his all. Hoping that Butner pushes up so he can take him on the inside. He's looking. And we ain't talked too much about cars overheating. There goes Butner. Butner has hung him out already. He side drafts the 45. Springer goes with him. So does Hebel. Everybody's hanging out the 45 with Steven Sims. And see how quickly he drops back to the back end of Hebel?
And all three of them are able to get around him.
Well, they took their air away from him.
Yep. So now I'm interested to see if that might have been too early of a move there for Getty.
I don't know. You got Hebel stuck there in that pack. If Hebel goes with Springer when Springer makes his move, and Steven Sims doesn't, it may actually be an advantage. It may be an advantage for Butner and Sims.
That's
what they
true.
need to do, they need to get Hebel out of the picture, and they need to get those three cars lined up one way or the other. Oh no, Hesgard back on the track. I thought he was done for the night. Was that Hesgard? That wasn't Hesgard.
That was Hesgard, yeah.
Oh, it was. Okay. 5 laps to go when they cross the line this time by. It looks like Steven Sims is going to try to do it on his own on the outside. Got a good run.
No, it ain't gonna quite work, especially with all these lap cars out here as well. It's gonna make it interesting.
He just needs to get that one car out of his way. I'd bump him up, push him up the track a little bit.
5 laps to go.
I think he's waiting on Springer to make the move. If Springer makes that move, he's going to have to go with him if he wants to stand a shot at winning this race and then hang him out to dry, come and start the finish line. That's the only thing that's going to happen for him to win this race against Butner. Those two cars are going to have to work against each other or with each other against Butner. Butner seems to have the least amount of damage than any of them other than the 45 of Sims. Sims doesn't seem to have that much damage at all, but he's got nobody to work with. These 4 cars battling it out here at the Daytona Grand National Series Shootout. This will be our premier series, ladies and gentlemen, as we are not going to be running the Cup Series this year. We will be switching over to the Grand National Series, and we will only be running that along with our Truck Series. Sims wanting to try to make a move and can't.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's stuck in there behind that number 1, and it's going to be a rough time trying to push that number 1 ahead of these guys. He's kind of stuck in a pickle back there. I think his best shot at it might just be dropping to the outside whenever that 14 does. Try to give him.
I'm just really amazed that Jeremy Hebel's vehicle is able to hang right there with those vehicles. The whole front end's gone.
Yeah, I wonder if that damage might be cosmetic or something with iRacing. I'm not, but definitely that's the only damage he's got on the car. So maybe just staying up underneath somebody else helps him out aero-wise.
Well, that new damage package is due to come out here soon, so we'll know soon whether or not all this is whether it's cosmetic or not, because parts are going to be flying all over the track, from what I understand.
Coming up on 2 laps to go.
Now Hebel's fell off there.
Hebel's falling off, and Sims is
Backing off.
As well.
I think it might be a ploy for Sims to try to get around Hebel to do this. Now Sims has got the good run. There he goes. He's making his move. He's going to try to do that and try to get around Hebel. He's got no choice. He's It's the only way he's going to do it. He's got to side draft
Hung
him.
back real far and just slingshots around him there on the outside.
That's the only way he's going to do
Definitely
it.
got the momentum, and Springer looks for it, but can't get up there in
It's
time.
okay. Side draft Springer. That's what you got to do. You got to side draft Springer to make this thing work. Come on. Come on, Sims. Final lap. You can make this thing work. Oh, there it is.
Springer
Green,
gets
white
turned
checker.
by the one.
And it's going to be the race there because it is the final lap. And what happens? What happens with
45 have the
45?
backstretch and 3 and 4. The 45's got the run on the 33.
He's going to need the draft. He's going to need to work his draft to make it work. Getty
The
Butler
33
blocks.
Oh, and the 45 with a great move to the inside. That might just give him the win here.
I don't know. Momentum on the outside usually wins. At the line, it's going to be
Steven Sims.
Wow, what a finish. What a finish.
What an incredible move by Sims to get himself in position.
Now that's the
to
way you
avoid
do
that
it.
wreck with Springer.
Now that is the way
he was just far back enough with the draft.
Now that's a finish, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I want to see that again. Let's see if we can't get another view. Pause. This thing's not going to give me the view I want. I know it's not. Let's see if we can get a... There we go. Let's see what happens with this view.
And bravo to Getty Buckner for making that one move and sticking. And just awesome race there at the end.
Did it not go back far enough? At the line, it is going to be Mr. Sims. That's a heck of a finish there, ladies and gentlemen. Well, let's try to get us some interviews in. What do you think?
Sounds good to me.
Let's start off with Jeremy Hebel, seeing as how he's in the third place position. In session 45 is doing it's 45. I didn't get your burnouts. Go ahead, do some more. There we go. Let's see. Let's do. All right. Well, he's gone. We talked about that. About leaving the broadcast before interview. Do you see Jeremy Hebel at all in chat?
Yeah, I see him. You want me to drag?
Yeah.
Just give me 1 second here.
God, I really wish. I mean, it worked out for Sims just because of what happened, but like here, I'm just gonna go wide.
Hebel, you got a copy? This is the booth.
Yes, sir.
Great race out there. I'm really amazed that you was able to keep that car up there with the whole front end going on it. Can you walk us through your race?
Yeah, I kind of surprised myself too, but just tried to do the old run in the back and let things kind of play out and stay out of trouble, but that didn't really work. So just kind of I had to stay then after that up with people and be right on them to not lose the draft with that gaping hole on the front end. But surprisingly, I was able to keep with them and keep in the right direction and somehow finish third. I'll take that.
Well, it's for the shootout. It's win or go home. It's no points or anything. You did an awesome job. I was really amazed to see that the modified car was able to hang out there like that. But you did an awesome job, man. Are you running the trucks or the cups or the Grand National this year?
I'll be running the trucks, but I'm not running for points. I got some other commitments on Tuesday nights, so I'll only be running like every other week, if that. So
10-4. Shout outs, man. Get them in, get them out. Now you got them.
All right. everybody that was running tonight. Wish we could have a few more guys, a bigger crowd, but it was fun nonetheless. Everybody that got watching my stream right now, everybody that's watching the broadcast, everybody here that runs the league and keeps things going. I think we're gonna have a great 2020. I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of racing we produce.
Well, it was a awesome race from our vantage point, especially for the last 10 laps there. So, yeah, congratulations on the top 3 finish, my man. Starting out the season just right.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, well, we're gonna move over to Getty Buckner. If I can find his car on the track. If I can. Seriously. Rewind it enough. Maybe I can find him. Or not. You can pull him Buttner in, buddy.
Alrighty.
I can't find his car, so.
Yeah.
Mr. Buttner, you got a copy, my man?
Yes, sir, I do.
Awesome race. Thought you was going to win it there, but you got snookered there at the end. Walk us through that.
Yeah, during that incident, whatever happened between Springer behind me, once that happened, it broke the field up, and the aerodynamic advantage that the car has that is behind is just huge. So Steven Sims, he was able to get a sniff of my draft, and I tried to block him a little bit. I saw he was going to go high. I tried to go high. He went down low. I could have tried to shut the door on him there, but I didn't really want to wreck us both because there was only 2 of us there for that last lap. But, I'm not going to race super dirty, but, make sure that at least make him work for it. And he did a good job. So hats off to Steve. He took advantage of a situation and,
Yeah, he
got that W.
what he done is he backed off of a Hebel, and then he got that run, and he used that advantage, that draft off of Hebel to sling past him, and then just work the side draft there.
If he would have caught me on corner exit, or if he would have caught me on corner entry, I would have won that race just about guaranteed because it's easier to block. But he caught me in the middle of the corner, and he had the advantage there. He had, I was just watching the replay. He had about 7-mile-an-hour advantage on me, so I can block him. But if I block him in the middle of the corner and he tags me, I'm probably gonna end up spinning and looking like a doofus. So I'll just go ahead and make it a close race him clean, and it's the shootout, man.
You started on the pole, you finished second. It's not that bad. Too bad you didn't come home with a win, but you got a good start for the season. We know that you're looking forward to it. And you got anything for him, JW?
Yeah, I definitely think that the move that you made was definitely the right one, to just make the one move and stick with it. And unfortunately, yeah, just the amount of draft that he had was crazy on you. But
Yeah.
good racing overall.
Normally the car on that outside line can get a good run, but he already had that mile per hour advantage. I wasn't, like I said, if he would have caught me on corner entry or corner exit, my cards would have, the cards would have been in my favor, but they weren't. And, he did exactly what he needed to do to win. He raced me clean, and it was a good race for me anyway. I was able to stay out front. I was able to slice and dice through traffic with relative ease, and just basically, just doing my thing, and just letting everyone know that I'm ready to race this season. So it should be fun season, a fun way to kick it off.
Shout outs. Get them in, get them out. No, you got them.
Well, I got to thank you, of course. First broadcast of the season. I hope it went well. Shout out to the A car, because I think this is the only time we're seeing it this season, because we're going to be running the B car as our premier car. So, certainly that'll be a little bit different and, hopefully more exciting. I know JP did it for the drivers, and shout out to him as well. And obviously I got to give the biggest shout out to my teammates, Mike Lemon, Gary Crown and Wet, and Andy Short. Me and Mike were working well together during this race until he got taken out. So you hate to see it, but
it's Daytona, baby.
It's Daytona, and it's the shootout. And I will say that hopefully hopefully everyone got the rust out of their system, because there was some pretty knuckleheaded driving out there tonight for sure.
I ain't say it.
You could tell a lot of people, maybe it's been a minute since they put their steering wheel on. So hopefully that's a nice little tune up, and we can get some actually good racing there.
You said it. I didn't. That's all I'm going to say on that one.
I was
Butner,
in the middle of it, trust me.
yeah. You almost got a hang of it a couple of times there. You got a little bit of damage on the front end as well. But congratulations on your second place finish. We look forward to seeing you here. You are going to run the Grand National Series, right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay. We look forward to seeing you there, bud.
All right, man. I appreciate it. Thanks, you guys.
Yep. And now we're going on to Steven Sims, our race winner. Mr. Sims, do you have a copy, my man?
Yes, sir.
Wow, I don't know what to say on your part there. You played the cards right there at the end with Hebel. You backed off just enough to give you that run. Walk us through it.
Well, I knew I wasn't going to do much being fourth in line with Hebel not being able to keep up unless he was tucked in behind somebody. I tried to get by Hebel, got that good run, was able to side draft the whole bottom line. Then I don't know if Hebel spun second place, whoever that was in front of me, and I was already on the top. So I got by that wreck. Once I saw Getty out in front, I knew I had him. I just had to make sure to not get blocked. So I went high. I knew he would block high, so I went high and went back down low. And good move on his part. Didn't try to wreck us both. So respect to him. But other than that, that was really the story of it.
I'm going to tell you right now, from our vantage point, that was an awesome, awesome finish, an awesome move. I can't say enough about that. What about you, JW?
Yeah, well, you were out there. It looked like you were going to get by all three of them just by yourself there with that one move. But looked like the cards definitely played in your favor. And, that move from the outside to the inside was just great. I really enjoyed it. So, hey, congratulations on the win, man. And hopefully we'll see you in the Grand National Series.
Yeah, I'll be again, just like last year.
Well, we are not running a Cup Series, and you are currently running a Cup logo on your car, so I guess you will be running the Grand National Series, correct?
No, I'll be in trucks this year.
Oh, wow.
Like I was last year.
Oh, okay. Well, congratulations then on your win, and look forward to showing you up when it's my turn at Daytona in the trucks.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun, but well, we'll see what happens then. Hopefully I can have a good season. Maybe make the playoffs, get a championship. Who knows?
Well, I'm only running limited races this year, most likely. I haven't decided to run a whole full series season yet, but you can guarantee the super speedways are going to be on my card list. So look forward to seeing you there, my man. Congratulations on your win. Shout outs. Get them in, get them out. Now you got them.
You guys in the broadcast booth, all the league admin, JP, all the people watching at home on the broadcast, and hopefully have a good year this year. Good start to the season.
Thank you, and congratulations again on your win.
Thank you, 10-4.
Enjoy them bragging rights.
Oh yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to just about conclude our broadcast. Unofficial results, though, I don't think it's going to load. No, it's not. Oh well, it does that when drivers leave the field for me, and I got nobody to click on, so we'll figure
You
this
can
out.
list them off if you want.
Well, yeah, unofficially, I can go through the list. It's Steven Sims is the winner, Getty Butner second, Jeremy Hebel is third, Dakota Wilkins fourth, Thomas Harmon is fifth, Robbie Armstrong sixth, Chris Lucky seventh, Richard Springer eighth, Ben Izinga is ninth, Mike Lemon 10th, Ryan Hesgard 11th, Jared Rogers 12th, Daniel Holloway 13th, Dustin Jones 14th, and Adam Faree is going to bring home the field in 15th. That is going to just about do it, ladies and gentlemen. I can't even bring up the credits now. I don't know why. But anyway, I want to thank everybody who's a part of DRL for this broadcast and all of our drivers. Especially want to thank the fans who show up week in and week out for these broadcasts. Without you, we're just sitting here talking to ourselves. So What do you think, JW? Same bat time, same bat channel? Monday? Alrighty. Well, that's going to conclude our broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. We'll talk to you next week. Actually, will be Monday. Is going to be our next broadcast for the dual qualifiers for Daytona. So we'll see you then.